sustainable companies deliver sustainable performance, and the two are closely intertwined. So this starts actually as being a shareholder issue, and we've just actually last year had a capital markets day where we devoted about a third of our time to sustainability in all of its features. By sustainability I mean one which is sustainable environmentally, strong governance, really looks after its patients in our case, and has a really engaged workforce and is engaged with the community.
So I think customers are pushing you, but not all customers. So I think you've got certain groups who are really, really demanding, and they are definitely pushing you and making you make choices. I think you've then obviously got some of the big NGOs that are also really demanding, and they can be real specialist NGOs, so it might be on something specific around waste or packaging.
So I spent a lot of time going around our hospitals, talking with our people in forums, and actually the number one topic which they raise is what are we doing for sustainability and the environment. So we have quite a comprehensive programme, and actually we have environmental sustainability champions in every hospital who are driving ideas, because a lot of this is small ideas built up. From an overall sustainable company point of view, of course, it's our patients, because everything which goes to good governance, good care, stable teams comes from there.
I think the most important thing is just making it normal, and so it's not about just talking about sustainability. So if I give you an example, so we do fashion recycling, and it's just about making it part of their everyday journey, so it becomes really easy for them to change their behaviour. So I think linking it to the normal business and so it just it's just within your DNA, I think, is important.
Our whole focus is in engaging with the widest number of stakeholders, from our partners in governments to our partners in business to other NGOs that we work with. And as you can imagine, we've got very different levels of engagement on different topics. Many of the businesses that we work with in our voluntary agreements, like the UK Plastic Pact or Textiles 2030 or Courtaulds 2030, our food waste programme, we have some very, very engaged businesses, and they really want to pioneer and lead the way. And actually that can be very useful for creating pre-competitive conversations where collective action is required, but actually it probably also creates a little bit of fear of missing out, and that sort of spirit of competition that you see in industry can bring a group forward as well.
The investor community is clearly moving towards this. The whole ESG movement for public companies is very strong. It's partly legislative, but increasingly I'm asked by investors, what is your programme, how are you mitigating risks, and how are you looking 5 years' time?
When it comes to the voluntary agreements, one of the brilliant things about them is that maybe a government's not quite sure, well, how much do I need to legislate, how much do I not need to, how much will industry do? And those voluntary agreements can be a very useful beginning point to see, well, what does industry have the appetite to do on its own? Where would regulation actually remove first mover disadvantage? And what then does regulation really have to deal with?